It is true if you're trying to gain respect in the world. When you respect a person, it's because they've earned it. And it's not always about what they've done, it's about what they say and then what they do. Intimate time spent together are the key to making any relationship work. So often, we replace intimacy with sex. But intimacy is much more than sexual activity. When I hitchhiked to find my mom one time, she sent me packing. She turned around, packed my bag, and made sure that it was super heavy. And then she called the highway patrol. I was under 17. I was placed in a women's prison at 16 because they couldn't contain me as a runaway. But when I was placed in the facility, everyone was really concerned. I was horrified. I was also placed in an orphanage at one point. When the police picked me up for being a runaway and homeless, the orphanage was a large facility that was built in the 1800s, and it was haunted. As a child, before age 15, I was shifted from 10 different homes, and I also attended 10 different schools by the time I was 14. Did you know that in Jeremiah 29:11, the Bible talks about the Lord having a plan for us, a future, and prosperity? Those are all wonderful things. What do you think about? Have you ever wondered why people rent so much of their brain space to people's opinions? Opinions about them? Opinions about their backstory? Try not to do that. In Ephesians 6:12, the Bible warns us about people, places, and things that might cause us to act out of character. Those would be called indiscriminate things. Have you heard the term throwing good money after bad? Have you ever dealt with someone who was wishy-washy and constantly left you hanging? Maybe a friend or a loved one? In your journey of self-sufficiency, are you being your authentic self? Do you stand out from the crowd? Are you genuine with others? In a world filled with multi-million-dollar self-preservation ideas, we have to remember to be genuine, authentic, and compassionate during our journey through self-sufficiency. Have you ever been told, "You're different. You've changed. I didn't recognize you"? The term for that is transmutation, changing from one perspective to another. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, he will reap. If he sows into his flesh, the flesh will reap corruption. If he sows in the Spirit, he will reap everlasting life. Because he set his love upon me, I will deliver him. I will set him on high. Because he has known my name, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. Sharing hasn't always been easy for me. When I was in the foster system and almost 16 years old, I became pregnant. I didn't carry the child to term. I've never told anyone. Most Sundays I attended church and walked from the house to the church. But because I had an older sibling, we'd usually go to the high school where they smoked marijuana. If you Google Lion's Head Peak, it's over 9,000 feet above sea level. When I was 11, I ran away from home, only to find out no one knew I was gone. Being baptized in multiple churches never made me feel whole. It always made me feel like everyone was mocking me and laughing at me. One, because I was either a single mom or I didn't fit in. When I was 11 years old, I was left unattended and ended up being attacked by thousands of ticks. I've had Lyme disease since I was a little kid. It's horrible. When I was 7, on my birthday, I got a blue banana seat bicycle. I was hit by a car, and it's a day I'll never forget. I'm not one to judge, especially after what I've been through. If you're having addiction issues of any kind, large or small, look to God. He can help you. In Matthew 26:48, we're reminded how Jesus even loved his accusers. So remember to pray for those that harm you. Pray for those that you struggle with forgiving. When you're truly trying to help someone, and you're not manipulative or coercive, and blame shifting occurs, what do? This is when you really have to let go and let God. If you're feeling hopeless or helpless after you have confronted someone that is in denial, remember you can't force them into treatment. You can't force them to talk about the issue, and you can't force them to change. If you're wondering if you've ever dated a narcissist, think back to the time when you told that person no, and they didn't listen to you because they think the world revolves around them. It is true if you're trying to gain respect in the world. When you respect a person, it's because they've earned it. And it's not always about what they've done, it's about what they say and then what they do.